everybody, and welcome to Ears to the East, where we have a very special guest. I'll stop talking because, hi. I've seen that last time you were here, you were like having a go at me for talking too much, and even in the sound check already, I'm being accused of talking too much.
I was going to say we haven't even pressed record yet, and already Howard's been told he talks too much.
Guests are here to listen to me.
I thought I could talk, but flipping heck.
Well, who are you again? I believe it's old Mr. B.
Yes. Yes.
A legend.
Me. Oh, Mr. B. Yeah.
Are you just playing towards that now? That's your strength. Just playing towards you. Back in my day.
All I'm going to say is
TikTok went rock. I love that. I want it.
I love the fact that you spelt TikTok, but not in the same way as the app, which is like just the same way that the Chinese like to copy things, with just slightly missing copyright. You did the same thing back.
No, it wouldn't have been done. The copyright would have done it, stopped it.
Yeah,
you're
gonna get copyright blocked. So you need to do a lot of TikTok videos now in your shirt. But anyway, well, hello.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while. So we got you back for a few episodes
it's the first time
today.
for me.
Yes, and meet Benedict. Benedict is here as well.
Yeah, he's the handsome one. We have him here for the sex appeal.
Now I'm just here for talking. So, Mr. B,
my hat.
I've got to ask you though. Since we last spoke, so it's it's a few months actually. Yeah. So, what are the things currently catching your eye? What things have you been listening to that have really been catching your ear, catching your eye of recent?
Well, watch me channel and you'll see.
Oh, there you go. So, thanks for tuning in to Ears to the East.
Shortest. The link's in the description. Shortest interview ever. Jumped on.
Well,
another hard day of work.
I mean, today I did an interview this morning with a band from Australia.
Oh, nice.
Select All, new band.
Yeah.
Great. Four young ladies, and they're absolutely great. Of course, being an Aussie, their attitude is brilliant. Honest, I had so much fun. They're so straightforward. You just seem to get on with them like a house on fire. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been an Aussie I've never met that hasn't been like absolutely freaking hilarious.
They're great. They're great. And of course, that cheered me up before I had to go to the flaming doctors. But
so you're planning to move to Australia now? Is that the next step?
I can't fly, you silly person, can I?
I don't know. You might want to
hold on. One, I wouldn't get insurance, and two, no one knows what my lungs are going to do at that altitude.
Just to breathe harder. That's okay. That's all you need to know. Just breathe harder.
That's what she said last night.
Oh! Well, it's nice to know the other parts are still working. Yeah, so thanks for that.
I told you to stop.
In my dreams.
Just depressed now.
But okay, so like Aussie bands, I got to be honest, we haven't really reviewed that many Aussie bands. Actually, that seems to be like a space that everyone misses, like Australia. Is this is this a first Australian band for you, or have you been listening to quite a few Australian bands?
It's the first one I've interviewed, but I have reacted to Australian bands before because I'm not like the rest, right? They're all going for Japanese bands, clickbait, what we can do. What I'm looking for all new young bands from anywhere.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll drop this in. If you know Greedy, me and Greedy, we've set up a thing. We're doing it once a week. It's called the 30-minute waffle, right? And have we had a go? Have we had a go at the people that are trying to make money off the back of bands? Oh dear.
Well, this is a bit of an issue that I think we've all come across.
It's definitely not us because we make fuck off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm the same, right?
But I think for me, sorry, go on.
Well, what it is, right? You couldn't react to it. If that band wasn't there, you couldn't react to them. So then people, you say, oh, pay us for doing the reaction, right? So why doesn't the money go to the band? The
Yeah,
people
yeah.
with the talent.
I think for
True.
me, like there's been this whole complicated conversation that's come up recently about like, and a lot of people like, reactions should be, everyone should be able to do reactions. It should be a free market, and talking about how reactions promote the artist. But it always seems like everyone who's saying this is always looking solely at what's in it for them.
Yes.
So like, a lot of the time, like reactors are like, well, I should be allowed to do this because it promotes the artist. It's like, okay, but have you considered who the copyright holder is? What the artist gets, because a lot of the time the artist might have like sold rights to a copyright holder because the copyright holder is going to promote them. So, they're entrusting their rights to a record company or something. So there is a whole chain of respect already built up. And yeah, I do think reactions are a brilliant way to spread music, but
it's not just that. Reaction channels now are not what they used to be like 3 or 4 years ago. Like it's become a little bit of a monopoly, to be honest. Like I got people that come into my Twitch chat and stuff like that when I do reactions live, and they're like, how much do I have to pay you for a reaction? And I'm kind of like, I kind of look at them and what do you mean? What do you mean? How much do you have to pay for like? And then they're like, well, there's Tom, Dick, and Harry here. They charge like $20 a video, and I'm like, fucking hell, I'm obviously in the wrong line of work then, aren't I?
Yeah.
They're like shocked. They don't have to
Or
pay.
you could do it. You could do a Tesco 3 for 2.
Yeah,
Somebody does that.
is this the old Mr. B deal? The old Mr. B deal?
Oh, yeah, the meal deal.
The meal deal.
Yeah.
You could just
You
also
get
do
a
it like
reaction,
me,
pack of
just as
crisps
a
and
hobby,
chocolate
and
bar.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, my channel isn't about me; it's about the artist.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't see a big picture of me gob out and catching flies. I'm always down in the corner, and
there's
what I mean?
Yes, Benedict's got his face.
But yeah, but you know what I mean. To me, it's all wrong. And the thing about it is, and then we wonder why we get copyright strikes, because some of these record companies or whatever are going to be thinking, oh, look, they're making money off of us.
Yeah.
Right. Well, block it. No, they're not bothered about that. They just stick it in the Patreon, don't they?
Well, this is the things that I do think that, like, I think that in a perfect world, record companies wouldn't block or strike because it would be something where, it'd be like they'd recognize it was good for them. But the truth is that a lot of the time, the reason why they block, they have every right to block because it is they own it. It's their property. And when you get certain reactions where the reaction comes out and it's a video where someone watches it and then they talk for like 1 minute and that's it. And you're like, okay, but did you actually say what you really felt about the song? It's like, that's the thing, is if you gave an opinion, if you really broke it down, then I understand. But a lot of them, they don't do that. They're just like, well, that was fun. Like and subscribe.
It's not the record companies, it's the publishers that do the blocking.
Yeah, well, it can sometimes be like
I'm just going to say, because I'm not going to say who, but I was in talks with a record company over a few months, and I've got quite a biggie coming up. Thanks to the record company.
All right.
Nice.
Any little hints you want to drop us? Any teeny hints?
No.
God damn it.
I mean, but I'll tell you this one. I've got another one coming up. Just got to sort of time out. But somebody was doing a live stream.
Yeah.
And I was taking the mick out of them because they're a fun person. And then I put up, joking aside, so this is Japanese I put in, joking aside, I would really love to do an interview with you. Anyway, so the reply I got was, oh, Mr. B, interview. Then I'll say that, she slows down, explaining to me in Japanese how to get in touch. And I'm like, well, thanks. I got the 2 words, and I understand arigato gozaimasu. So I had to send that clip off, that bit, to me interpreter, and he goes, "Yes, she wants to do an interview."
Brilliant. Oh, that's great though. Brilliant. I think ultimately it comes back to that thing we were discussing before, which is that when people recognize that you put out content where you respect the music, we've seen this with like other reactors before. If it's a reactor where they put out content and then the artist, very often the artist will see it and they'll go, well, this person actually is putting in the effort, and they'll respond in that way. So given how many artists you've covered and like how many people know you, I think that's a really, it's a nice sign that,
you know what, Tamu called me.
Yeah, I remember
Famous,
this.
famous old Mr. B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well known around these circs and well respected as well. I think you've got a point though. I think like reaction channel, I think there's like walking a fine line now. There's walking a fine line about not doing enough and just like abusing the artist's name for views. And then there's like over monopolizing and then obviously trying to get monetary gain from the artist for yourself. You do kind of have to sort of walk this sweet spot, or pretty much like Benedict say, you just do it for fun and just because you love these bands and you want them to prosper and get more popularity and more
Well,
views and more
yeah,
eyes on them.
I just had to apologise to the stereo gang because they said to me, "Oh, we put this one up," and I apologised. I thought I reacted to it, but because of the Army Hospital blooming stuff going off, I missed it. So, and it was like 13 days ago. I said, "I'm very sorry. I will do it. No problem." Because I've done an interview with them, and the reply, "Thank you very much," and I will do it because I've done it today.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. The fact
Because
that
that's
the fact that you got people like going, oh, where's my Mr.
yeah, because
B reaction?
I generally seem to get on with them.
Mm.
Yeah.
I share everything on Twitter, and the amount of yeah, sorry, 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 and the amount of
Oh, brutal.
the, the amount of the amount of likes I get from them, and from very well known bands as well. They all know me,
Yeah.
and that, and I mean, and it's very humbling. It really is that all these people know me, but it seems as though I am getting a bit famous, and it's like I'm not used to that. I'm just a silly old git that does reactions, and
Yeah.
But I
but
think, you know,
I've got respect for all these bands, and I'm about the bands. I want to get them out there. I want to get them noticed. This is what I'm about. This is what I'm about. I'm not bothered about me.
Mm.
You know, yeah, I'm retired. Sorry, I mean retired. Um,
you can be two things at once.
yes, I can. Uh, that's why when they said they want to give me a brain scan, I refused it. It says there's nothing in there, so it's not worth it.
It's a waste of government money.
But yeah, so I thought, well, fair enough, and that's what I intend doing. And at the moment, I'm getting a lot of interviews to do, and I thought that's typical. Innit? I've been trying for ages to get interviews. Now I'm dying. Oh, they're all coming in.
You should have said it earlier.
Just said it
No,
earlier,
well, I'll tell you how this all come about, shall I?
Okay.
A few months ago, I went to see a doctor. He said he'll put me in for an X-ray. Of course, that never happened. So I made another appointment, which took me ages to get. Went in, and it's like, oh, you're seeing the nurse. I thought I'd booked in for doctor. Anyway, I saw the nurse. She looks at me. She goes, oh, you got such and such wrong with me straight away. And I thought, I don't want to see another doctor. This nurse was so thorough, booked me
Yeah.
in for the X-ray. So I went for the X-ray. The next thing you know, the blooming main hospital's phoning me up. We want you to come in. And that's when all, if you like, the shit hit the fan, and
yeah.
I've a lovely picture of my lungs.
Oh.
2 black holes. And on this side, you can see the cancer crawling up it, and then I've got scar tissue all around it, so they can't really treat it.
Yeah.
And I said to them,
Is this a case of
so
like sometimes you're just better off not knowing?
well, better off not know. But the thing is, then they said about all these tests and things, going to pump flipping colours stuff in me, all sorts of stuff, and it's going to make me bad. So I said, no, cancel them all. And I've got a Macmillan nurse. They're brilliant, you know. And I said to her, I said, no. I said, no. She says, no. She says, I totally understand. She says, you want quality, not quantity. I said, it's all right extending my life a couple of months and I feel like shite.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? You know what she said to me? She said to me, you've just made my day. I said, why? She says, your attitude is absolutely unreal. Because I mean, when the doctors phoned me up, and they shouldn't have phoned me up, they should have had me in. But anyway, and she said, "Oh, you've got cancer." And she says, "Have you got any questions?" I went, "Yeah. How long have I got?"
You think they'd mention that, wouldn't you? I think that'd be a good opening line.
Yeah, no, that's but because I mean, I'm one of these people. Whatever happens, I just accept it and move on.
Yeah,
So
I'm not going to sit here letting it get me down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Best attitude to have. So what's the plan then? When are we maxing out the credit cards and doing everything
I
before?
know it's all. I know everybody
Putting
said that,
everything on red in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
but I'll brush it off because I've got this because I'm on death row. I'm entitled to extra £100 a week.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
the government finally has a use.
Somebody says to me, "What's that for?" I says, "So I says that's so you can go down the pub, but I don't drink."
Oh, good.
No, it's there to help because you might need help with this, that, and the other. You know, going places or going back. I'm not going backwards and forwards to the flaming hospital. Forget that.
Yeah.
Now I've got to book now. Now I've been to the doctor today. Now I've got to. I made an appointment to see the COPD nurse. That's because of smoking. I've got that right.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's had a word with the manager. This blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, we can do it on the 4th of the 6th, and that was about the 4th of the flipping 5th when I went in. A month. I'm not waiting a month.
Nah, fuck that.
Don't care now, do you? Because yeah, I'm on death row. That's not the old git. You know, we're not bothered about it.
I love it. Well, let's go from something that's like a bit negative and
It's not
obviously
negative. It's
No, I
positive.
think
to
I
a
think
more of a
it's.
positive thing.
Can I just ask quickly if I may, because this is one question that sorry to interrupt you, Neon. That's what
No,
I do.
it's all right, Andrew.
So I just want to ask you because I had a friend who went through a very similar thing in January of this year. And I remember asking him at the time because we had like a lot of conversations. And the one conversation came up was, do you consider this like a kind of in a way a freeing thing? And he kind of said what I think would maybe similar to you is that he's like, I kind of got to the age where I was already felt kind of free because I stopped giving a shit about everything a long time ago. So he's like, it isn't freeing, it's just a thing that I got told. And I found that a very interesting line. And I was just kind of wondering how you felt about that kind of.
No, it spoiled me joke, didn't it? Because I kept telling everybody I've got 8 years left. I said, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm 71 now. And the average age is 79. I said, I've just knackered that. I just speeded the process up.
To be fair, though, 70 is still a good age to go.
Do you feel kind of like, I mean, you kind of feel like a little bit like, okay, I can just sort of get on with things. It's kind of like, but it doesn't really change anything, I guess.
No, well, it would have done if I kept going backwards and forwards to the hospital. I couldn't do my bloody channel.
I guess that's the point, isn't it? So in a way, really,
Priorities.
everything you're saying was to avoid really anything changing and just, yeah. Okay.
And that's it. So my life's normal. I mean, I feel okay, you know. I mean, I may look all right on the outside and there's the battle on the inside. But I can't even see that. You know, I need an X-ray machine. Where is it today? Okay, it's moved now. It's down here. No, it's not. It's gone. You know,
out of sight, out of mind.
Well, that's the same. but that's it. It's just one of the things.
You know what? You're too stubborn to die. You'll still be here 5 years from now. I guarantee it.
But we sorted out the wheezing problem, right? Because on top of it all, I got flipping bloody asthma, which I had hay fever and it turned into asthma. So the sorted because everyone's going because I was wheezing. They're going, yeah, and everyone's going, oh, how is he? How is he? Then Gary's getting emails from people. How is it? So I thought, sod it, I'll put that up on my channel now, get it out of the way. And of course, please don't, put a load of thing in the chat, and please don't pray for me because that don't bloody work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get what you mean there.
Yeah. And so what did they do? It took me 2 days to reply to all the comments.
Yeah. What was the reaction like? Was it a bit kind of like surprising seeing like just how many people and followers maybe you've made for
I didn't realize the community had actually built up.
Yeah.
That was a shock because I thought, oh, flipping heck, I've got all these people that, they're all genuine and that. But I was thinking, this is strange. I'm not used to this. I'm alone.
Isn't that also something really cool, like a kind of legacy that you leave behind?
Yeah, and also a lot of them are saying, look, if there's anything you need, they're in another country, but I'll see what I can do. But so many people have said that.
Yeah.
If you need any help or anything, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, but and then someone says, oh, you can go to Japan now. I thought I can't fly. No insurance.
You can fly without insurance.
Yeah,
It's just a big risk.
It's just
what-
a big risk.
Just need to convince the groups in the interviews that they come to you.
no, well, the thing is about this. I mean, I could use it to get interviews, I suppose. Look, I ain't got long left. Please come and, I'm not going to do that. That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's so wrong.
It is wrong. And yet at the same time, I'm like, that would work.
Well, I'd done an interview with Freeze the Fall from Canada.
Okay.
Right. And then I put that up and they saw it. Oh, and they're lovely, lovely. They're only like 15 and 16 ages, like, and it's like,
Yeah.
because these are going to be the new Warning, by the way.
Oh,
They're that good.
I'll have a look. I'll have a look at that then.
Yeah, and they've got one tonight, dropping one tonight at 7:00 UK time.
All right, hang on, let me write that down. I'll be more organized for that than I will do this interview.
You'll actually be on time for that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be on time for that one.
Why? Have you all got hearing problems?
No.
Well, why are you wearing bloody headphones?
Because I need to be able to hear you.
Yes.
There needs to be a way that the sound gets to my ears.
We know what you're doing.
Oh, come on, Benedict. You're trying to give him at least 2 seconds. Jesus Christ, you probably do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so what you're saying is I've got big ears, so I don't need them.
That's possible.
Exactly what we're saying.
That is possible. Or it could be that last time we spoke, you showed us your fancy overhead mic setup, which in some way is not giving you any feedback. Whereas the rest of us are just like, hey, let's stick on some headphones and not
I can
risk
still
it.
do it with this one.
All right, fancy
feedback.
man. No, it's just like, oh, I ain't got long left, but I got more tech than you. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, because somebody said, oh, with all this extra money, you go and buy another guitar. I said, well, not really. I said, I could do. So when I croak it, somebody comes in here. Oh, my God, how are we going to get that lot out?
You're going to buy another guitar and leave it to me. Yes.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this publicly, right?
Oh, God.
I don't know if he watches it, but a certain person, I won't say his name, sent me an email. Oh, if if you got one good home to send your guitars to, you can always send one to me.
You can send him a Dr. Evil meme back. How's about now?
I would smash the guitar and then send it to him.
I just said, I'll keep it in mind. Then somebody else says to me that goes to Japan quite a lot. If there's a Japanese person I want to give one to, he'll try and find a way of taking it with them.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if you actually wanted to send something out to Japan, then I would gladly sort that out. But I mean, like, I'm sure between us we could have worked that out. But it's like someone circling around, like, I guess you might want to give me one of those guitars. That's pretty dark.
That is pretty dark, to be fair.
Pretty dark. I didn't think we'd be having those kind of messages already. So
it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't. Yeah. Well, it doesn't bother you so much. It reminds you that people like that are around. It bothers us.
But,
yeah, it bothers us. Just imagine that. Jesus Christ.
But all them people, before I croak it, they'll go, this is my last video, and here's all the people that are shit. And I'll list all the
yes.
people.
Please,
please put me top. That. Please put me top.
I would love that. Just a big 5-minute videos.
No, Andrew, you'll be in the rabbit section.
Andrew, fuck it. He's done it again.
Well, no. Do you know who reminded me? Neon, because he called you Andrew earlier.
You motherfucker.
I can never forget that. I never let him live that down. Since our first interview, he is forever known as Andrew.
I've been called plenty of things, and for some reason, Andrew's the worst. It's just because it doesn't have a proper reason. There's no reason. It's so annoying.
Do you drive, or are you teaching yourself?
I do drive, but both in real life and online.
Both not very good.
Yeah, I'll crash. I'll crash happily in both scenarios. It's
right. I mean, yeah. Well, I've got a car now. I don't need one anyway. I've really decided because I can walk everywhere. It's pointless just collecting dust.
Yeah, I mean, we joked about it before, obviously with the guitars and stuff like that. Have you thought what the channel's going to be and do once you're gone? Or are you going to have?
Well, at least we know who sent that email now.
Yeah, no, it's something I've thought about as well because I as a person who does reactions, not everything I do gets uploaded. So like I've got like a year's worth of shit in the chamber that just for one reason or another, either I've posted too many videos or and it doesn't get posted. So I know I've got like again, I probably got like a year's worth of content in the chamber which
Damn.
hasn't seen the light of day. So I
Yeah,
know that once I kick the bucket, my channel can effectively still be running for another year.
I don't
Gary,
even have a video for tomorrow.
yeah, Gary said to me, he says, "How are we going to know when you're dead?" I said, "Why?" Because he says the amount you put up and schedule, he says it'll be ages before we find out.
Yeah, is that something you're gonna do? Maybe continue doing some videos or have something planned
well,
after?
I tend to be like a week in advance,
Mm.
you know. But I was thinking about it. I thought, should I do a week in advance and put the one at the end saying, "Ah, I'm gone."
I just love how freaked out people are going to be if the announcement comes out and then just more videos are getting uploaded. They're like,
What you need to do is upload a couple of videos after your goodbye video, like 2 weeks later, like just with like a sheet over you or something like that, going, "I'm on Mr. B back from the grave."
Schedule one for like 2027. Schedule one for like 3 years from now that just comes up and freaks everyone out.
I could do, yeah. But the thing is, though, you see, I mean, I did the intro where I'm looking out the grave,
Yeah.
right? Well, you've seen the latest one where I'm falling in it. I drop out of the sky into the grave. There's like a little thunderbolt explosion, and it goes, "Whoops."
There needs to be a part 3 to this where the grave is just like filled now. extra dark, but still awesome.
New channel, Zombie Mr. B.
Yeah,
zombie Mr. B.
I can't help my sense of humor. It's just what it is.
Oh, it's fantastic to have. Man.
Yeah,
it's
that's
fantastic.
great.
That's why you enjoy to talk to.
Because I was working out how to do falling in the grave, and I thought, well, I can, got like a desk, I can green screen it and fall off of it. Then I thought, no, I have already done it where I'm sort of doing the falling thing. I thought, sorry, I'll use that. Already green screened it. So, but I was going to do a load of green screens. I still am, why I can.
Yeah.
And just put them together and then come up with different intros.
Yeah, sure. A new intro
because
every week.
That's another thing they've stopped doing. Intros, isn't it?
They don't I worked pretty hard on my one. I want to
You
be
should
bloody
love
hectic.
my channel.
Yeah. So I still got my intro. I paid an artist for my intro. And I use it occasionally, sparingly, when I know that I've done like a really, really good one, just for new people. But I do often find, for me anyway, that people tend to just skip past the intro straight to the good stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, that's why I do the intros I do.
Yeah.
And I keep changing them.
Yeah, keep it.
So I actually want to ask something because I think we have a lot of similar like opinions about reactions and about what's like good and positive and not so positive. So I wanted to know, how did you get into reactions? Like, did you watch reactions before you had your own channel and then decided I want to do my own channel and do it like kind of differently? Or how did you get into it?
Right, well, how it all started, I've been watching some reactions and that, and I thought, and then someone's going, it was Band-Maid, they're going, we're through. Yeah, they're not playing their own instruments. I thought, well, I'll play the guitar. I know they are playing their own instruments. So I thought, sod it. Right. So I went and searched and I found one of them playing it live. Thought, right, that's it. Yeah. I'm going to start a channel. So I started the channel. I'm going, look, they can play live. That was it, sort of thing. That's how it started. Of course, the next one after that was Band-Maid. The one after that was Band-Maid. That was it.
They have a lot.
Hooked.
Yeah. And then I think there was Love Bites, but I was
who the fuck ever watches a Band-Maid video and goes, they're not playing their instruments, for fuck's sake?
Jesus I know. I'm going back now. What, 3 years or 4? You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's how it all started. And I was putting up 6 a day just to build some content, and I've got over 4,000 up there now, and I only do 2 a day now.
So lazy.
I know. I am. I know. But that's what I've done. So I've got plenty of content now.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, I find these bands and look, they just put that up. I better do that then. You know what I mean? there's so many bands that I support, if you like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Iris Mondo, right? That I've reacted to them, and I've done a couple of interviews with them. Shred Dog told them about my problem. Next thing you know, they're in the comment section thanking me for all what I've done for them.
Oh,
What I
Yeah.
don't see, and how it's helped them.
yeah, that's awesome.
And so that just tells me I'm thinking, good, it's working. What I'm doing is working. We're getting somewhere for them.
I think
They're two lovely ladies anyway. They are.
Yeah.
Iris Mondo were like when we had our little session together, it was really nice because we had a couple of jokes about
What
you
sort of
on
session?
we recorded like a live
Oh, it was a
performance
recording
together and did
session.
an
It's all right. I
interview.
didn't
Yeah.
What were
Oh,
you
it's
thinking
twins.
about?
I'll take that however you want to present it. But, yeah, no. The funny
You're
thing is
only, hey, excuse me, but you're only getting if you push back.
I can't argue with that on some level. So now on to the bit I was going to say, which was complimentary to you before you gave me a lot to think about. So yeah, but so anyway, when we were doing the interview section, we had like a little bit of a joke about you, and it was quite funny because the one thing that came up, and I wanted to sort of mention this just in the last bit of this episode before we start the next one, is that you were talking very early on about how reactions with a reactor, you can tell really if they're honest, if they love it. Like you did it because you wanted to talk about music. I think it's the same with bands. You know, you can tell a band who they do it because they're just full of ideas. This is one of the reasons why myself and I think a few other people, we're very much aiming to Japanese groups, is because it seems like Japan is a place which is fostering a lot of these bands who just want to do it not for the fame, but because they want to. But there is obviously this happening in other countries as well. But I think it's true both of artists and of the people who make the reaction videos. You either want to do it because you found a way to monetize yourself through other people's material, or you want to do it because you actually love talking about other people's music and promoting it for that.
Also, all my interviews I do, I offer them if they want to download it as is. You know,
yeah,
I'll send them the link from my Google Drive, and they can download it and do what they like with it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't own it.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. But also, I'll make this will I'm trying to think, it was doll heads, right? I did an interview with them and I had to apologize to Austin, the drummer, because I called them girl like ladies or whatever. And I said, "Oh, you had your hair cut now," but I said, "Do I apologize when I did a reaction to you?" But I said about family bands. I says, because two females says, no egos, that's fine. You're not, you're not going to do an Oasis because women haven't got egos.
Well, maybe they will. Anyway.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It was really interesting though, because like when we were talking about when we were talking to Iris Mondo, the one thing I made a little joke with him about the fact that with a lot of reactors, it's like really overreacting. I was like, we thought this to be. So like, a lot of the time you don't know what he's thinking until he tells you, because he watches attentively, like. And they were saying the same thing. They were like, yeah. We were always like waiting to hear what he says. He's like, waiting, like, oh, what's he going to say? And I thought that's nice because they know that you're actually listening. You know, you're really paying attention rather than acting up for the camera. You know,
I am. There's no need for that, is there?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
there's no need to get
listen.
out of the chair and run around the room.
Oh, I've seen so many. Like, there's this one guy that continuously runs out the room.
But
and, like,
those
slams the
tend
door
to
again.
be the biggest channels, like the channels with the biggest numbers. So I guess
but
it
that
kind
doesn't
of
make them the
works.
best. That doesn't make them the best.
No, it's see, because what they're doing, they're trying to make themselves entertaining. So people aren't there to watch the reaction, to watch what the silly idiot's doing running around the room. And that's what it's all about. And that's it.
So I'm going to quickly interject at this point because we've got 2.5 minutes left on the free version of Zoom. And therefore, what we'll be doing is for everyone watching at home, wrap this episode up, but then we're gonna just basically, you're not gonna see it, but we're gonna restart Zoom and we're gonna start recording the next episode. So there will be more of us and Mr. B coming. It's just this particular part of this interview is about to end.
My age.
You can make it. You can make it to the next. You can make it to the next 40 minutes.
There's a word you used there, and I said, "What at my age?"
Wait a minute. What did I say? What did I say?
Use the C.
I don't know. Don't ask me to. Don't ask me.
I didn't
what
call
you said.
anyone
I
a
don't
cunt.
pay attention to anything he says. I
No.
just nod.
What?
You're exposing me for not paying attention here.
What did I say? All
I
right,
don't
I'm
know.
gonna have to get an editor to go back and check
Find
this.
out in part 2.
All right.